call John. When you get this, it's important. But I don't know no John, so I thought they was mistaken. Then I heard the phone ring as I dropped my suitcases. I picked it up, it was Ed. He told me B is dead, the funeral's today. Then he gave me the address. A chill went through my body, I had to catch my breath. He told me get cleaned up, he'd give me details when we met. Whatever that he said after that I don't recall. Guess I must have just hung up the phone and floated down the hall. Pulled back the curtain, suddenly I felt exhausted. Tapped the water with my hand as it came out of the faucet. Pulled the curtain back, somehow climbed up in the shower. Then I leaned against the wall and cried for half an hour. Man, I'm crying now, just trying to get this written. And I wanna hear his voice again, I only hear him whispering.
Same old story written in stone. We never honor people until they gone. The night you called, it never crossed my mind that I was hearing your voice for the very last time. Man, since then I've been wishing to see you roll up in that expedition, saying something funny and breaking me up, or knocking on my window, waking me up. I used to get mad when you did that then. Now I pay to have you do it again. People you just met, you let them in close. I felt like I knew you better than most. So when I see and hear things each day, I picture you there and I know what you say. Yeah, AC would've laughed at that. I hope you know that I had your back. The times we argued and almost scrapped, killing them seeds way back in the gap. We was partners, though music put us on the map. With 90% friends and 10% rap. When one was hungry, the other one fed. When I struggled, you gave me a job and broke bread. Back in the days, we would mob to the club. You introduced me to the woman I love. Man, I wanna grab them throwback years. When I talk about you, I gotta hold back tears. I got your family, that's my obligation. If they need me, I'm right there, no hesitation.
You never know when life will end. It's always hard to lose a friend. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. I know one day we'll meet again.
I know you did what you had to do.
50 yards from his mom's to avoid the cops. That's half a football field from her feeble arms. After all the stuff, the tour bus, the pickup trucks, the tractor trailer, interstate chases, he put on the brakes and couldn't get close enough. The news reporters told people to lock their doors, like there was a monster on the loose, but there was no truth to those reports. His mom had weeks to live, and Chris had years to serve. They were within shouting distance, but I don't think he heard her final words. But I don't think he heard her final words. She made her plea to the TV. He knows what he done was wrong. He knows what he done was wrong. But he knows his mama don't got long. His mama don't got long. He's not a fugitive on the run. I stayed and held down the fort. I was nervous, I was crying and really distraught. I was alone by myself, just left with my thoughts. Mommy called, told me that you had a stroke and fought. I ain't seen a hospital since my father died. I don't like it there, memories is locked inside. When I walked inside the room, we started to cry. I was just so happy that you was alive. And you told me how much that you hate the hospital, and that they thieves and trying to keep their pockets full. I think I hold myself a little bit responsible. When you was smoking all the time, I wasn't stopping you. Nevertheless, you came home and that was real. A lot of therapy and doctors gave you lots of pills. You couldn't drive anymore, you had to stop and chill. And that's too much for anybody that can stop your will. But you never got back to your norm. You was proud, didn't want any help from my mom. I left for tour and you asked me how long I'd be gone. And I could see inside your eyes you knew something was wrong. I got back, mommy told me you was sick again. Couldn't believe that we was going through this shit again. I love you rockin', I'm always gonna miss you, friend. And for me it's just the same story, different pen.
They say that things just cannot go beneath the winter's snow. So I have been told.
The dealer was a prick, his reply was reluctant. I could get you high off the shit nobody fuck with. Even all the fiends know better than to touch it. He was 19, begging please give me something. Said to the kid, I don't know if you can trust it, but I got a lot, so push it to the public. Watch out for the cops and the rats on some thug shit. Here's for your protection, lending you this pistol, pretending that it's pure, but he knew that it was crystal. Looked like shards of glass, said I hope this ain't an issue. Plus if you snitch, where your mother gonna miss you. Now he's lost his path, school and direction. Kicked out his pad after landlord inspection. All he ever had was his rhymes and a dream. Now he's living on the streets at the age of 19. Feel the meth in his lungs and the sun starts to tweet. Never saw 21, y'all, the river runs deep.
On my nerves, you're way too high, dude. Your lips are turning blue. Your stomach's eating itself cause you ain't consuming food. You need to get to bed, you need to call your mom. My arm is numb, my chest hurts. Hey, just remain calm. Fuck, I can't breathe, fuck, it's getting worse. Can't die now, she needs to know I'm a you love her first. My nose is bleeding, shit, I should have lived differently. Please, God, help. This can't be it for me.
Cause I've been talking to myself in this mirror for way too long. Someone save me from myself and tell me where the fuck I went wrong.
Yo, now I remember that day, shaking with fear, looking at my dad breaking down with a face full of tears, on his hands and knees clutching at what was left of his life. Imagine the pain of another dude fucking your wife. Then he got himself together and looked me in the eyes, hugged me and told me no matter what, we will survive. Followed by, son, everything happens for a reason. Always be yourself and never stop dreaming. The golden rule was never ever tell a lie. Have a firm handshake, look opposition in the eye. That's where I got the vision. The limit is the sky. You're given a life, you live it, then you die. Things would be different if it wasn't for that day. I truly believe God works in a mysterious way. I put down the pen in a delirious state of mind. Thanks, Dad, for having my back 1,000 times. That day I saw my family collapse. On that day I put that knife in their backs. On that day I just couldn't relax. On that day. Like we don't deserve to be happy, and maybe I don't, but I hope you find smiles again. And I know there's a lot with him that I just can't touch, but I promise you, no one in this world will ever love you like I do. Nobody. Damn it till the sun burns the sky, and every single falling star dries my eyes and kills my insides. Death becomes me, a world less lovely. Hug me and never stop, cause every time we break apart, I feel my heart ache, break. Take a moment and mistake myself for something better than him, and I give in every time you touch me, kiss me and love me. And I don't wanna be alone, and I wouldn't be if you would just come home. Just come home, cause I don't wanna be alone. Just come home so I don't gotta be alone. My bed's too big, my heart's too small, and every time we build a bridge it falls. Every time we build a bridge it falls. Bridge it falls. Me and you, and sometimes it's you and him, and everything just sits in between. Everything just sits in between. And sometimes it's me and you.
Yeah. One of the illest MCs I ever knew. Viral the virus, a pleasant disease infecting you. I got music and records that you'll be remembered through. Pictures and memories of an incredibly clever dude. It was a pleasure to ever be mentioned next to you. That jizzes show we did will be in my mental forever too. And down in South Street when that rapper stepped to you, together we turned into a two-man wrecking crew. And that warehouse show when you came late to see us, and I dared you to cook and eat that lame's quesadillas. Then we brodied the stage, the dumb on the mic. We laughed the whole time, it was the funniest night. I ain't spoke to, heard from, or seen Syph in a while. He told me about all these rappers that were biting your style. I had to clear my ears just to hear that you died. Had Jersey's finest on repeat with tears in my eyes. I know you're gonna cross my mind now and again. I'll even get sour when I see Caliph and Slim. I know it's really hard to lose a pal or a friend. I lost one and I think about him hours on end. It don't matter the amount of flowers you send, as long as deep down you had love for Calvin within. And that saying that you're gone but not forgotten is true. So I jotted down this monologue in honor of you.
It's been a while since I spoke like a human. Haven't seen you in over half of a decade, and haven't talked since I moved in the hometown. Harmony's telling me you've been bad, grieving over the fact that you're losing your baby's dad. But it's not just that, your father into the crack. Heard you walking the track and marching into the trash. Fuck praying, cause I've been silent for years. I'm sick of trying to be a man about it, hiding my tears. And fuck the judgment, I got a messed up past, but when asked and confronted, I'ma shut down fast. And the truth is, girl, I cry when I think of you, and write a million songs that I'ma never get to sing to you. Talk about the places I'ma never get to bring you to. Show you what it's like to build a life and learn a thing or two. Now, what hurts me is that I love you, cause you're my older sister and the girl that I grew up with. Come on.
Give me the biggest fucking shot of disastrous ass backwards, triple X, 1,000 proof shit in a glass. Better get the whole bottle, better yet I'll get water, I don't drink. Just give me the keys to your Civic and some directions to the brink. I'm kind of in the mood to get shot. I'm sort of kind of in the mood for suicide by a cop. The little fake hold up the clerk, but I'm not loaded. The jerk got his work, got my worst, about to burst this unloaded gun. And when the cops come, I'll aim it at their face until they lay me to waste. People will blame it on race, riot and fuck up the place. They face all in their path, and that's what I call a crime of passion. Give me some NyQuil and a Tylenol. I wanna dream of space, but not the shit that I do in the wall. And maybe I should call. Maybe I should just fuck the fuck off. This is my fault and I fucked it all. What am I, 10 again? This shit was messed up from the beginning, and I knew I'd fall in love and then I'd lose it and lose a friend. Maybe it's her fault. She never seemed to try. Tom, give me a second. I got something in my eye.
One day they'll make you glorious. One of the lucky ones who's made his name.
I hope you can sleep through the night, man. The truth is you have no clue. I bet you don't even remember me. I'm one amongst many in your memories. It's hard work robbing kids of their confidence. It's impossible to remember every pocket picked, every tear on the sidewalk, every kid fearing for their life. But believe me, every one of us remember you. We all try to forget, but we never do. We'll forever see that moment you led us through. To forgive is not something we intend to do. You turned our shadows into monsters for a chain, a jacket, and some dollars. I hope you can sleep through the night, man, 'cause I can't. Thanks, good night. Thank you for giving what you had to give, taking what you had to take, and making me believe in you. Even though I might be gone forever, there will always be a place in my brain that'll think of you. You look so graceful when you're flying. Keep going, there's a lot of world that you haven't seen. You have my best wishes, even if only in silence. You deserve everything that you've ever dreamed. The snow melted right when the smoke cleared. I turned love inside out 1,000 times, trying to see if it was ever anything more than the will to persevere. But the two go hand in hand, the clouds surrounding you eventually will clear. I can breathe, I found contentment in the end. Telling to God I don't believe in to go to sleep so I can think again. We went through thick and thin, came out separate on the other end. But please know, no matter what, you'll always have me as a friend.
But instead, some local pinhead started spreading rumors about the Kewans being inbreds. And what's worse, people believed it, 'cause the family was dirt poor, down on their luck. So that made it hurt more. Picking up garbage and mowing the grass. At this point, Stella stopped going to class. You know how they ridicule a kid in school, and this shit's enough to make anybody feel like a misfit. She made herself invisible and hid inside a house of mirrors. Whenever the fear stops, so do the teardrops. But fear is forever, and lies become legend, growing eventually, slowly, exponentially. She should have been a cover girl, treated like a princess, but she's an enigma, haunted by the stigma of incest. She tried to hide the scars. Her name reminds me of the stars I saw, diamonds dividing the corners of her eyes.
And when you left, I didn't see it coming. I guess I slept, it ain't like you was running. You crept out the front door slow, and I was so self-absorbed I didn't even know. And by the time I looked up, it was booked up. Put it all behind you, the bad and the good stuff. A whole house full of dreams and steps. I think you'd be impressed with the pieces I kept. You disappeared, but the history is still here. That's why I try not to cry over spilled beer. I can't even get mad that you're gone. Leaving me was probably the best thing you ever taught me. I'm sorry, it's official. I was a fistful, I didn't keep it simple. Chip on the shoulder, anger in my veins has so much hatred. Now it brings me shame. Never thought about the world without you, and I promise that I'll never say another bad word about you. I thought I saw you yesterday, but I know it wasn't you, 'cause you passed away, Dad. Look just like you. Strange things my imagination might do. Take a breath, reflect on what we've been through. Or am I just going crazy 'cause I miss you?